Hello and welcome back to another video on Life Afloat. If you saw a video I published around a week ago, I made an announcement that I was going to use the channel to support a few charities, those being Children with Cancer UK, Mind, the mental health charity, and also the Canal and River Trust. Well, in this video I will be chatting to you and explaining why I have chosen to support those particular charities, so hopefully you'll find this one interesting. So before I get engrossed with telling you why I've picked those particular charities, if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. That way you'll be updated every time I upload a new video. So the first charity, Children with Cancer UK, I've picked because of a previous occupation and an experience that I had with that. Many years ago, between the ages of 18 and 22, I worked as a pharmacy technician at a local hospital. It was quite a varied role in terms of doing all sorts with sort of the supply chain of medication and manufacturing. Part of that was to make chemotherapy for the patients being treated in the hospital. One day I went to work and it was my turn to make the doses of chemotherapy, and there was a little girl called Amy, 6 years old. She was there with her mum and she'd come in to see how her medication is made. She'd been asking where it had come from, and she was offered, basically one of the nurses had rung up the pharmacy and said, can she come in and watch her chemo be made? And she did. She came in with her mum. We got her all gowned up, hat, gloves, little over jacket, shoe. Well, it was a big over jacket. It was dragging along the floor. She was tiny. And over shoes, all that sort of thing, which she loved putting on. And we took her into where the isolators were, and I made her medication for her. And she was chatting away, really sweet girl. But unfortunately the chemotherapy didn't actually work for her, and she passed away. So that's sort of made me want to do a bit of work really to support a cancer charity which specialises in children. If you're not familiar with the work that Children with Cancer UK do, I've put a link to their website in the description below, so go and check that out. They do some fantastic work in supporting the children and the families, and cancer research and all sorts of things. Their work is really, really valuable. But essentially, yeah, it was meeting Amy and having the opportunity to make her chemotherapy and to chat to her. That's why I've decided to support Children with Cancer UK. So the next charity, Mind, the mental health charity, is a bit of a personal one for me, really. I'd worked in the emergency services for 14 years, and without really realising it, the last sort of 5 years of that, I would say now looking back, I had been suffering with PTSD and depression, and around almost 2 years ago I had a bit of a mental breakdown. So I mean, it's you know, I'm sorted now. I've had the help that I need, and I'm getting back on track with things. But you know, that's sort of made me realise how important mental health is, the effects that it can have on people. It's a pretty serious issue, so that's sort of why I want to support a mental health charity. And Mind, again, do some great work. They help people who are having mental health crisis. They make referrals. They sort of, you know, they arrange counselling and all that sort of thing as well. So it's really, really a valuable service that they're doing. And finally, the Canal and River Trust. I suppose potentially a bit of an obvious one, as I'm living on the canals. But you know, they don't receive any government funding. All the money they get is through donations and people paying their boat licenses. And with that money, they have to manage all the canal network. They do the maintenance, they empty the bins, they clean the Alsan points, they trim all the towpaths, they dredge the canals, they fix the lock door, the lock gates. There's so much work that they do. So the Canal and River Trust, I just want to help them out really as well. I live on the canals. The canals are here for everyone to enjoy, not just those who live on the canals. People are obviously welcome to walk along, cycle along the towpaths, explore the canals. You get people fishing along the canals, and all these people benefit from the Canal and River Trust and the work that they do. So it's quite a good cause as well, I think. And I know from living on the water, being here by the canals has been really good for my mental health. So it can help out other people who are stressed. They pop down to the canals and have a bit of chill time, a bit of peace. So it's really good from that aspect as well. So I think it's quite important work that they're doing in that respect too. So there you have it, the reasons why I've picked those 3 charities. If you want to help me support those, all you need to do is subscribe. That's it. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours on the videos before I can have adverts placed on them, and then the adverts will generate a little amount of income which I can donate monthly to these charities. The amount will be quite small initially, I'm sure. I don't know exactly how much. I imagine £4 or £5 a month, if that, but hopefully in time it will grow. It'll grow a bit and be able to donate some more. I've had a couple of people mention Patreon to me. I was thinking about a Patreon page, but I wasn't going to set one up yet. But I've had actually a couple of people saying, we'll support you, we'll sign up if you do a Patreon page. So I'm tempted to get that out this week. So I may do another video later on in the week announcing that. Don't feel you have to support me on Patreon at all. I'm not asking anyone to. It's just if people want to, then that's a way that they can show even more support over and above subscribing. So guys, thank you very much once again for taking the time to watch the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like and comment on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.